Hello everybody, it is Wednesday evening. I'm out in the shop, and when I got home today, there was something waiting for me on my front porch. Let me show you what it was. Check it out. I got my new barrel. It is a 20-gallon food grade plastic barrel. It literally took all of about 10 minutes to remove the dust deputy from the old lid of the cardboard drum and mount it on this one. And I am so happy to have this tool back in service in my shop. Yeah, that was pretty darn awesome. And something else cool, this was also waiting on my front porch. A 5-inch to 4-inch reducer and the clamps so I can work on my main dust collection system. But before I work on that, I put a little thought into this dust collector shield on my lathe, and I have some ideas. I'm gonna do just a little fiddling around with that and see if what I'm thinking will work, because if it does, I should be able to put that reducer up there, drop a flexible hose right down to the lathe, and boom, the lathe is on dust collection. So let's just see what happens with this, see if this idea pans out. I'll keep you guys posted. I want to show you what I came up with. I think this is going to work. I've got this bracket, and look at all those rare earth magnets. They stick really well to the back of the lathe. I put wing nuts, let me pull this off, on the bottom of here so that I can loosen these up. I can slide it forward or backward to get it closer to or farther away from my work, whatever distance I need. I've got plenty of room in here. Let me grab a chuck and put it on here for you. Here's a chuck on the lathe. Plenty of room for it to spin. Now with my banjo, I can take the banjo. I may have to angle it a little bit. Let me stick a tool rest on here for you. But I can bring the banjo in a little bit sideways. I can angle the tool rest and lock it in place. I can go this way if I need to. Lock my tool rest in place. I should have really good motion with my tailstock. I can bring it in. Now I do have to worry a little bit about this little locking handle for the tailstock, but I think what I can do is once I've gone past there, if I'm turning between centers, I'm going to be in pretty far. I should be okay. This is not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. I'm really happy with it, and I can't wait to get a 4-inch hose to my dust collector hooked up to this and see how it works. I do have one more thing that I want to do with it, and let me show you what that is. This is 1/4 inch, I'm going to call it chicken wire. I want to cut it so that it fits in the back of the dust collector. Not sure how I'll mount it in there, maybe some hot glue or something, but if you've got a 4-inch hose here, that cyclone is producing a lot of suction. And if I'm working up here with sandpaper and I drop it, it's going to go into the dust collector. A bushing, it would suck a bushing in. So by putting this chicken wire right in front of that hole, it may suck it to the hole, but it's going to stick, and I can just pick it off and don't have to worry about going up into the dust collector and have it coming out in my trash bin. So that's the next step, and we're just going to play with it like this for a while, see how it works. If it doesn't work, we can always change it, but I like the idea of the magnets, and I can pop this off the lathe if I want and go back to using my old dust collector. This is just going to be a real good test setup for me. I was wondering how I was going to use it, because my thought is if I used a hot glue or something to put it in there, what's going to happen is if I want to take it out to clean it or whatever, it's going to be an issue. But I'm thinking the suction will probably pull it into the back of the collector. So I'm going to try it with just letting the suction pull it, because if I'm turning a large item or if I'm turning some Alumilite, I'm not worried about my tool getting sucked into the dust collection system, but you have all of those ribbons, and they're gonna get stuck to this and not want to go into the collector. So my thought is I'll pull this out, I can turn, let all that garbage go into the collector, then when I go to sanding or working with something smaller in my hands than a tool, I hope the suction will pull that to the back of the collector, and I can use that to keep my sandpaper from disappearing or whatever else. So we're going to give this a try, and I will keep you guys updated on how well it works. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but this is what I'm working on for my rack. And there'll be some, of course there's no slats in there yet, but there'll be slats to where these boxes can slide in and out. So I can just hang them on the wall, and they'll be inside of here. I can pull out the one I want. And then on top, I made the top a little larger so I can actually have something to screw it to the wall. And I probably will put something, maybe a bar across the back or something where I can hit it down low. And then on top, I'll put a flat top to where I can set some of those smaller containers. So this is what I'm after. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but it's coming together. I'm just making it out of a bunch of scrap wood that I had up in the loft. So I'm happy about that, using up some junk, clearing up some space in the shop, and going to get a little more organized with my boxes of lathe accessories, materials, etc. Well, guys, I've made some pretty good progress, but there's a little setback here, and I'll show you what that is. I've got this pink case in here, and it fits nicely, and I just laid these runners on top of it. What I was going to do is just stack them all up and get an idea how much I had at the top left over space-wise, and then I'd make a shim to put below those so I knew where to glue and brad nail them along the rails. And it's all open, so it's not going to collect dust. And I will put just a little, I've got some 1/4-inch plywood up there. I'll put a little 1/4-inch plywood top on there so I can set stuff on the top. I'll be able to drill a hole through here and here to mount it. I can probably put another one somewhere on the back to mount it down lower. Just haven't got that far yet. But I hit a stumbling block. And the stumbling block is with these. I thought the pink one was the largest one. It is the largest one front to back. But side to side, it's a little smaller, and these don't fit. But if you take a look at them, let me open this up. It's got a nice little lip here that this closes on. And what I think I will do is I will probably stack them in this way so I can get my dimensions. And I'll come back and mark my rails, and I'll take a chisel and just chisel out a little area there, and then I'll put the rail below it. So I'll just make it a little bit wider, just notch it out so that I can slide them in. But I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm tired. I think I'm gonna take a little break. I've got the top here. I will put some 1/4-inch plywood on here. I can set those smaller boxes on top of here. I can shoot a couple screws through here to mount it to the wall. And I think I may put another one down lower. I don't know if I'll put another one lower or if I'll just shoot through the bottom rail. I'll figure that out as I go. But I'm really happy with how it's turning out, minus the little, tweak I'm gonna have to make. So I think I'm gonna go in the house. I'm going to put this video together. I recorded another video for you guys earlier today. I'll start working on that one and get that out in the next day or two. And we're just gonna kind of take it easy. I'm not trying to get in a crazy hurry or anything, but just trying to take it easy and enjoy my time out here. So we'll get this made in the next couple days. We'll get the backer board up, and then we'll get all the goodies hung that need to be hung on the wall over there. And I also need to work on my dust collector since I've got the adapter for it. But there's going to be plenty of time this weekend because hey, everything's closed and I can't go anywhere. So I'll just hang out in the shop. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again real soon.